Welcome to Ski TV World Snow Spotlight on Monte Carlo Digital Television, your window to the best ski and snowboard content from around the world.
Welcome back to Kitzbühel for the slalom. It promises to be a fascinating race. The weather is tough, the course set is fascinating, and the pressure of Kitzbühel can buckle many a great skier's knees.
Kitzbühel is the Super Bowl of ski racing. International races began here in 1931, while this Austrian venue has been a fixture on the World Cup since the circuit's inception in 1967. In the previous episode, Dominic Paris soared to victory for the third time in his career on this legendary downhill. To follow that high-flying act, the technical skiers will be seeking greatness on slalom's toughest track.
I think it's the most difficult slalom hill on the World Cup circuit.
They raced 50, 60 years before we race now here. And then if you have won Kitzbühel once, you have definitely a name in the skiing history books.
Marcel Hirscher, Henrik Kristoffersen, and Alexei Pinturo are stamped into Kitzbühel's history. Hirscher is a two-time champion in slalom. Kristoffersen stood atop the slalom steps in 2016 and 2018. And Pinturo has triumphed two times in Alpine combined and once in Super combined.
For sure, one of the most exhausting week for me ever, because the effect on TV and everywhere.
It is definitely not easy to ski here in Kitzbühel as an Austrian ski racer, because home crowd is really pushing you hard, and this can challenge you sometimes.
This is what we live for. Most fans are probably cheering for Hirscher, I guess, but I live in Austria, so I have a good relationship with Austrian people, so there's no hard feelings there.
2 days before the slalom race, Henrik Kristoffersen treks to Hinterreit, a small ski resort 30 miles east of Kitzbühel, to practice and distance himself from the commotion.
Morning. Morning. We're in Hinterreit in Austria. Takes me about an hour to drive from Salzburg, where I live. First time I was here was 6-7 years ago. There's kind of a tradition that people come here to train a lot, and especially before Kitzbühel, because it's close to Kitzbühel.
Henrik Kristoffersen is a skiing prodigy, becoming, at 19, the youngest male medalist in the history of Olympic alpine skiing. Last season, he finished second to Marcel Hirscher in the overall World Cup standings, and has trained his focus on becoming the next dominant skier on tour. In his climb toward the pinnacle of ski racing, his professional and personal lives are necessarily intertwined. Exhibit A, his 2016 move to Austria. Since the majority of World Cup races occur in the European Alps, it makes for an easy commute.
If you're from Norway and you're doing the tech disciplines, like you're doing both slalom and GS, which I'm doing, and you're fighting for race wins and the overall globes and everything, you gotta try to make everything as smooth as possible and efficient as possible. Because if I wouldn't live in Salzburg at the moment, I would probably live in my suitcase 200 days a year. Now I can stay at home, I can have a life, and have a lot of more energy for World Cup career.
This season, he has 6 podiums, with 3 coming in slalom. Still, his last win came a year ago, and Kristoffersen is still trailing Marcel Hirscher in his quest to become overall World Cup champion. To help close that ground, he studies video of his recent performances with Lars Kristoffersen, his father and coach.
It's pretty important and pretty crucial for me to have my dad there. He's always been there. He knows which buttons to push. It's not possible to separate the kind of ski parent and normal parent when you're at home or when you're on the hill. I'm really grateful that he is willing to do this and what he's been doing for me my entire life, together with my mom and the rest of the family.
For sure you're proud, but there's no time to stop and really think about it, because there's always the next. So he pushes the limits all the time, and when he's able to be on the right side of the limit, then it's really good.
It's better to ski fast and do mistakes than to just ski slow. So I think we're on a good way, and we just have to keep pushing.
And so the non-stop search for speed continues. the push to uncover those elusive hundredths of a second that will propel him to new heights.
In slalom, if you go at 100%, you're going to risk a little bit. If you want to win, you have to find the right balance. That's the difficult thing. Course is pretty okay. Little icy, but not too icy. Some gates turny, some gates not that turny, a little variation, but I guess it's looking okay.
Out here, equipment plays a vital role in the edge between success and failure. Assessing many variables, Kristoffersen is constantly testing boots and skis to find the ideal combination.
So I had 6 pairs plus 2 pairs on the warm-up. I skied only 1 run on each pair. It's important to try to find the right things, and I think we figured out a little bit today. If it's going to work out for Kitzbühel or not, we really never know, because the conditions are changing all the time. But at least for the conditions that were here in Hinterreit, and when it's going to be similar as here, I think we found something. But I think the most important thing also, it's always to try to improve. So it was an okay step in the right direction, I think.
Alexi Pintero is also training at Hinterreit, joined by his support team, coaching staff, wife, and dog. The 27-year-old Frenchman has earned 21 World Cup wins and 3 Olympic medals. This season, he has 4 podiums on his ledger and is assembling a career year in slalom. Since he's competing in both slalom and Super G in Kitzbühel, there's extra concentration on aerodynamics.
This weekend, I'm not thinking about the result I have to do. I'm just thinking that I have to push my limits at the highest level that I can make and I can handle. You have to take just the chances to push as hard as you can and ski as fast as you can. You have also to think that maybe the others can be stronger than yourself.
One racer stands out when it comes to the talk of the town. Marcel Hirscher, the legendary skier, is the center of attention everywhere he goes. The 29-year-old Austrian is the 7-time defending overall World Cup champion. Right in line, he's dominated again this season, compiling 9 wins, 4 of them in slalom, to take a commanding advantage to earn the Big Globe for an unprecedented 8th consecutive season.
Alta Badia second run was maybe my best GS run I've ever shown so far, and in slalom it is maybe not the same as in GS right now, but hopefully I can find there some really fast turns as well.
A raucous crowd gathers in the finish area for the bib draw ceremony happening the evening before the slalom competition. In this environment, it's easy to see the ski racers as rock stars.
I think it will be a really rock and roll slalom tomorrow. It's rock and roll for Alexi Pintero!
But overnight, 7 inches of snow has fallen and shows no signs of letting up. The development poses yet another challenge to a course that is naturally difficult to navigate.
It is so unusual. Normally you say, okay, this is not a ski slope. It is fascinating terrain. There are so many really hard and sharp rolls, so every turn is different than the other one. Uphill sometimes, very unique.
No doubt, a little blizzard can't keep 40,000 spirited spectators from sharing in the big event. In run 1, Alexi Pintero is the first racer on course.
Working hard, the Frenchman. Oh, look at that. Very bizarre break in the rhythm and almost a pause. 55-39. Pintero sets the early pace.
Marcel Hirscher starts 5th.
Just getting thrown around a little, not as tight on the racing line. Hirscher leaves himself a lot to do. Big surprise in Kitzbühel. Hirscher is the slowest so far.
Henrik Kristoffersen is racer number 7.
The winner of this race last year, just a little scrappy. Look at him trying to push the skis and find more speed.
The set is really bringing some interesting techniques that we don't get to see on a week-to-week basis.
8 tenths off the pace. He's even further behind than Hirscher.
The 79 best skiers in the world might be racing today, but the mountain is a beast, ruthlessly making half of them into casualties of the course. Happily for the racers, the second run offers a new and more conventional course. Deep in contention, Pinturault currently sits in third. The big surprise is that Hirscher is back in ninth, and Kristoffersen trails in 11th. Those two need to throw caution to the wind in order to shrink the gap. In run 2, the top 30 survivors from the first run ski in reverse order of their first run finish. The math says Kristoffersen is the 20th racer to start.
I think we can expect some fireworks here. This is classic Kristoffersen. Oh, he's got this, and he's got this by a country mile. And that's a little more like what we expected on the first run, to be honest.
Can the legendary Marcel Hirscher manage to overcome his first run deficit and go even faster?
Hold on to your seats, because this will be all or bust. Hirscher's second run charge is on track. The roar is deafening. Hirscher is there. He's beaten Kristoffersen. 8 races left to go. Remarkable ski performance.
The next 5 racers cannot catch Marcel, but the next in the start gate is his French rival Alexis Pinturault, who has a 0.7 of a second advantage over Hirscher after the first run.
The Courchevel kid. Remember, he skied the first run clean, smooth, error-free, and it looks to be the same game plan on the second. Pinturault into runner-up position of 700s, off the pace.
Alexis speeds into second position, with Marcel clinging to a narrow lead. Then Pinturault's French teammate, 21-year-old Clement Noël, astounds as the one racer who overtakes the two. Conquering Kitzbühel, Noël etches his name into the book of ski racing history, and in doing so, bumps Henrik Kristoffersen off the podium and into 4th place.
If I would beat Hirscher, then it could have been something good. But when he's 2/10 ahead, then I was like, yeah, it's probably not good enough.
As for Alexis, he's thrilled with the newfound speed he's discovered this season.
Slalom, I feel much more confident than in the past. It's going much better. 2 strong runs, and it's good for the future for me.
Clement Noël had more than 7/10 out of the first run. He has to make mistakes, otherwise it is not possible. So I'm happy to be second. Being on the podium is good, especially here in Kitzbühel.
While Kitzbühel has lived up to its legendary reputation as a World Cup location, Marcel and Alexis have shown why their reputations as World Cup skiers also shine so bright. On the next episode, the men and women compete at the World Cup Finals, where a celebration of skiing peaks with the awarding of Crystal Globes.
Welcome back to Kitzbühel for the slalom. It promises to be a fascinating race. The weather is tough, the course set is fascinating.
Quand tu as 27 ans et que tu changes de métier, c'est forcément quelque chose d'un peu compliqué parce que tout dépend de toi. Il faut que tu gardes cette idée tous les jours que ça va le faire, que ça va marcher. Je m'appelle Cindy de Champère, j'ai 28 ans. J'ai vraiment changé de carrière et je suis ébéniste depuis 1 an. J'ai grandi dans les Alpes du Sud, dans une station de ski. Mon père était moniteur de ski quand on était plus petite. Donc forcément, on a appris à skier avec lui très tôt, au même moment où je pense qu'on a appris à marcher. Je ne pourrais pas vivre loin des montagnes. J'ai commencé un peu à prendre du recul sur mon travail. J'avais envie d'apprendre quelque chose vraiment de manuel et d'utile. J'ai fini par démissionner et c'est là que j'ai commencé à travailler dans le bois. métier d'ébéniste, c'est de créer et de concevoir un meuble en bois. Ça a un côté ultra créatif. Généralement, c'est des meubles qui sont assez uniques aussi. C'est hyper concret comme métier. Je ne sais pas si j'ai toujours eu une conscience écologique, mais en ayant grandi en montagne, tu fais forcément un peu plus attention. Je me suis rendu compte avec les années que c'est encore plus facile de ne pas avoir de voiture. Et ça me fait faire quelque chose plutôt que d'être assis dans la voiture. On est une génération où on change beaucoup de métiers et où on se pose beaucoup de questions. C'est forcément plus stressant. Je pense qu'il faut juste essayer les choses pour voir si ça fonctionne ou pas. Il faut que tu gardes cette idée tous les jours, que ça va le faire, que ça va marcher. Il ne faut pas tout remettre en question tous les jours.
And the next person is Craig Murray. I'm lost for words here. He's just so quiet and humble and nice and talented, and he likes going big. I'm pretty excited for this.
He lets the riding do the talking.
My name is Craig Murray. I'm 19 from New Zealand, and this is New Ground, a video documenting my first time at the BC stop of the Freeride World Tour. Since it was my first time in the small town of Gold, I was super excited to ski Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. After some fun days of riding the resort, it was time for the bib draw, and to scope the venue for the first stage of the 2018 Freeride World Tour. After scoping some lines on the ozone face, it was competition time.
Welcome to the Freeride World Tour stop here in Kicking Horse, Golden, BC.
Money and all the gold, yeah. Everything's on the line, yeah. Your heart you will define.
Ariana is a cool skier to watch, because you can see through her style how much fun she is having. It was great to see her stay on her feet with a solid run and take second place.
What is your disease? Yeah.
Good free skiing runs with him in Hakuba, and he impressed me from the scratch, but unluckily on the first air he did. No way.
Got it, Craig.
Oh, that's frustrating.
So sorry to see that.
Look at the body language, man.
Unfortunately, I went down on the first hit due to miscalculating my landing.
So I'm not sure what's going on, but just riding it out, not going for a bottom feature. It's a wise choice. I see before the more experienced people usually take that approach, and he's not that experienced. He's only 19, but he's got a wide head on those shoulders.
After an unsuccessful day competing in the Kicking Horse stage, I was ready to tackle the Restage Japan event and try to learn from my mistakes. The late decision for the Restage event meant we had 2 back-to-back events, which was a little intense.
Welcome back to the Freeride World Tour, the second stop of the season. It was going to be the first stop in Hakuba in Japan, and now we're staging it right here in Kicking Horse, Golden, BC.
Aimar is one of the strongest skiers I know. He is always impressive to watch, and it's cool to discuss possible lines with him as he looks at the mountain differently. He had an unlucky landing on his very last air and completed an unintentional front flip after his great run. Like the day before at the Kicking Horse event, Ariana laid down a solid run. She ended up taking a well-deserved win for the Japan Restaged event.
Craig Murray, talking about his history as a rookie qualifying as an 18-year-old, first year on the qualifying series, and then 19, out of New Zealand, skiing hard, skiing well. And he's spinning as well with the grab. I believe a little bit of a backslap and washing out.
Such a shame, such a beautiful spin.
He looks so in the air.
Once again, I ended up crashing due to a hard landing. Overall, these weren't the results I was hoping for, but it's definitely built experience, and I'm ready and excited to take on the remainder of the Freeride World Tour.
And still smiling. It's such a great kid.
Yeah, you'll be back, mate. You got another 2 competitions to go this season. I know you're a talented person.
I managed to find my feet in 2 following stops, one in Andorra and one in Switzerland.
He showed us that his excellent up tricks and big mountain skills. That was huge.
I was super happy to land a couple runs and walk away from the winter with my first 2 podiums on the Freeride World Tour.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really excited for the 2019 tour and to see what I can bring to the table.
You are watching Ski TV World Snow Spotlight on Monte Carlo Digital Television. Your window to the best ski and snowboard content from around the world.
Over the last 10 years, making the ski has been a pretty incredible journey. I wanted to be able to surf the mountain and really use the flex and rocker of the ski to try new things. The newest rendition of the ski was to take what we already had, but to make it cleaner from the aesthetic all the way down to the engineering of the ski. I wanted to have that clean, timeless look while still complementing all the new lightweight materials we were using in the ski. It has a much lighter poplar wood core. We also utilized a new tech for the Horizon tech in the tip and tail, which allowed us to keep the integrity of the ski while making it lighter. It's just an expression of what I want my skiing to be. It really helps me accomplish how I see the mountain. Looking at them all lined up here is probably the first time I've done that, and it looks really incredible just to see how much it's changed over the years. The fact that we created a ski that so many skiers from all walks of life really enjoy, and it's always super humbling to see it out there on the slopes. I was able to give back to the ski industry just by working with Atomic to create something that makes skiing easier for everyone. That's definitely my #1 accomplishment out of my ski career. Overall, the changes in this ski have been phenomenal, and I can't wait for all of you guys to be able to try it.
I'm gonna play the game of life my own way, and that way I can never lose. 'Cause in life, the winners are all losers if they're walking a road they didn't choose. I'm gonna play the game of life my own way, and it may take a while before I win. But when the chips are down, you won't see me frown, 'cause you know